here at the apartment complex, and I was freaking out, okay, because I was loading up my car after the weekend, and I know yesterday was Easter. Monday night, I left my car here, did the performance. I just got paid, by the way, bling bling in my little thing today. But um, I spent Sunday night here, which is unusual, but it is also spring break. So I didn't tell my brother that. So I don't have to work this week at at school. So I'm doing other things right now. So yeah, the morning I got the car looked at and fixed and ran some errands this afternoon, and I just dropped off a bunch of groceries and other things at the apartment here and got my stuff, my overnight stuff. And as I'm loading things up, I see the ambulance come up, and I'm like freaking out a little bit because I'm like, did my brother call 911 again? Because he seems fine, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter if he's fine or not. He will still call them. So I was freaking out. So I was like, oh gosh, oh gosh. And so I see that they had parked down the way, but at the same time, my brother around this time likes to take a walk. Like yesterday, because yesterday was kind of rainy, he spent most of the day inside, and he did go out for a walk kind of late last night because it stopped raining. But he is due an afternoon, evening kind of walk, and I'm also worried that he might see this ambulance out here. Okay, so obviously I don't think that the ambulance is for him, or I don't think he called them. Thank goodness. But I was kind of stalling a little bit longer up there just to make sure it's like he didn't call them some kind of way, and that they weren't coming their way up to our place. So they look like, I don't know, I'm gonna drive by there right now. Let me back out. So, but with that though, my brother's mood has been kind of pleasant. Not kind of, it's been pleasant. There was like maybe one situation of a mood swing this morning a little bit, but for the most part, he's been in a pleasant mood. And I've been talking about this weekend how I kind of want, uh, I've kind of figured out if he's at the a prime spot of evenness in his moods, meaning he's not on a depressive slump, neither is he on a manic state. He is actually up there trying to organize himself a little bit in his closet, which I was like surprised. Um, I told him I'm gonna try to help him if he wants me to. I need to get him a shoe rack, but because he bought so many sneakers, so many sneakers. Hi Magneticus. All right, so yeah, I'm freaking out a little bit because this ambulance car is here parked. I hope, I even though it would be nice to have EMTs live here, I just don't want the car here, and that's what it looks like. It looks like they're gonna live here. This is freaking me out because my brother will be he will be a mess, like trying to ride with him. So I've set up appointments for him in the next couple of weeks for re-upping his and a full checkup next month. Um, what else? I talked to a chat bot for his insurance. I was about to say I have some contact. I was like, yeah, no. I talked to a robot at his insurance today, and I'm sure I talked to the robot too for making his appointment anyway. So there's that. Um, I just need him to stay in a pleasant state. I've also, bless me, I've also made some adjustments, which I think also helped by accident. So I had him on Benadryl, okay? And I had mentioned this like some months ago about how Benadryl has a secondary use for anxiety. A lot of people don't know this. It's like my nurse friend, she had been telling me this, and I thought she was like just saying it, but no, once I looked it up, because of the other anxiety medication that he is on now, is very much like Benadryl. Okay, So I had him on Benadryl Max. That's like 50 mgs, okay? But I also had regular Benadryl, 25. And because now you just saw me sneezing, like I have to take, like, we have seriously bad allergies, hay fever. Like, and pollen is like straight up the devil here in Atlanta. Okay. So I had him as much as I could because I remember last spring, him being here for the first time, that, you know, he probably didn't. And I really do start to think that maybe had he been on allergy medicine, it might have helped him a little bit. No, he was, but he wasn't on what he's on now. Okay. So, because it also acts as anti-anxiety. So, anyway, I ran out of the maximum and I still had a regular. So I switched him over to regular. And I feel like maybe that's the sweet spot for him right now. He doesn't need maximum because the side effects, I've tried Benadryl. I can't take Benadryl, y'all. It will knock me that all the way out, okay? So I'm not even trying to play. So I feel like Benadryl mellows him out just enough for him to be pleasant without going, like, making him go to sleep. But for me, if I take it, even the regular, I'm asleep, honey. I'm just like, what is happening? I don't like this, you know? So, regular Benadryl for him and his anxiety medication might be the thing that he is working with. So that's been the only real change in a lot of his medications lately. We are running out of the mood regulator too, though. I'm worried, but I did reach out to the doctor I've been working with that I like, telemedicine. I'm hoping that they'll talk to me, so that there's still that. I'm still worried. I'm always worried that they, you know, decide like, oh, we don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to your brother, and then he'll freak out and not want to talk to them. So I'm just hoping that works out for us. And I see somebody has left a message here. I see there's a caution there. So yeah, so what I also want to try, which I've already have him on, is L-theanine. So I want to increase the L-theanine, speaking of the mood. If I keep him in a pleasant mood that's not manic, see, that's the thing. I guess a lot of people, apparently he likes the caffeine. Caffeine is also, you know, mood enhancing for obvious reasons. But he likes to drink Coca-Cola, so I can't stop him from getting it, acquiring it. It's almost like, no, he's just buying it off Amazon, you know, and they ship it to him. So he buys 6 packs of Coca-Cola to drink. I can't stop that. I can't, you know, it is what it is. I prefer him not to, but, you know, it's whatever. So I'm trying to figure out the sweet spot now for keeping him at a pleasant, non-manic state, but medicated. Yeah, a pleasant but non-manic state. His memory is still kind of off a bit, but the other day he's a little more forthcoming about it, because when he's not in his best of moods, he'll just pretend like he's like, you know, no, it's your problem. You know, so and this is what I mean. So Saturday I ended up getting a lot of strawberries, and I made a bunch of like strawberry banana smoothie ice creamy stuff. So I, you know, made it up last night and froze it. But anyway, I had still the strawberries in the containers. I gave him one. I got 4 of them. So I gave him one as a sacrifice. I was like, just eat it, whatever. I put the other 3 in the freezer so I could freeze it. I went to go perform that night. I come back, he's already taken out one of the other containers. I'm like, and then the next day he's complaining like they're mushy. I was like, yeah, because I put them in the freezer so I could freeze them to blend them later. And he was like, oh, I forgot. So that's also kind of like pleasant that he admitted that he forgot, because I did tell him, and that's why I gave him one. One to eat right on the spot. Like, listen, here, eat this and leave me alone. Don't touch the other three. Okay. And so he was like, yeah, I forgot. I was like, okay. This looks like my fancy. This looks like my lawn service people, but that vehicle does not look like that. But it does, but it doesn't. Okay, is it now? No. Okay, it's just a frozen truck. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say they're not due because I don't need my lawn cut right now. Okay. So the other things I am working on though this summer, I do need a job. Now that we're at war, apparently the price of everything is going up. Yeah. Okay. What type of insurance do covers? Interesting. Oh goodness. Interesting, sir. But that's why they have those car things. Yeah. But anyway, um, he brother, like I said, he's kind of more. He's seemingly like really taken to go getting back to exercise, but I'm concerned that that pulled groin might be re-injured again, and that's a trigger for his condition. So I'm trying to advise him like, hey, can you do upper exercise like for your arms and backs, rather than um, trying to run, because he used to be a runner, a former runner. Thank you, Magneta, because listen, I've seen a lot in Atlanta. I'm an Atlanta driver, and I know what I know. What I know. So he's doing pretty well. I'm even trying to engage him in more in conversation, because what I try to tell my mother is that, or even actually, this last week, a friend of mine out of the blue, she just called me, and so I've been friends with her for like what, almost 25-ish years or so, and I'm gonna just be honest, she's a bit of a wreck. Okay, so and it made me think about like, wow, I've been training for this my whole life, because I've known her and her situation. And when my brother came along, it's like, oh, okay, like this is pretty much trade for it. But anyway, so she was, um, you know, she was drunk. I'm gonna just be honest. She was drunk and she was upset, and she wanted to complain, and she was asking about my brother, but then she was projecting a lot. She was like, oh, is he using? I was like, no, because he didn't have any money, first of all. I was like, who's going to get it from? And who's like, he can't say, like, when I say it, this is what I told her. He can't string two words together that make sense to anybody except for me. I guess she didn't believe what I was saying. And so, or maybe she thought I was embellishing, but seriously, like, sometimes he can, most times he cannot. Like, I just kind of have to feel the gist of what he's trying to say. Okay. Um, it's almost like, this is what I was thinking about today. You know how like when moms listen to their babies jibber jabber or whatever, and they know what their babies are saying. That's this. So my brother's like saying whatever he's saying, and I'm getting the gist of what he's trying to say. So that's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, yeah, he's not using illicit drugs because, first of all, he doesn't have any money. Second of all, he can't talk to anybody, and nobody will understand what he's saying. So she didn't believe me, but yeah, we've come a long way. I'm not taking any of that for granted either. I assure you, I don't want, like, he have not, other than the worrying of him calling 911 for no reason. We're still working on that. I'm working on I'm still looking at the whole psychiatry thing, and I'm gonna leave you with this. There are parity laws, and parity laws just mean that you cannot discriminate against a person who needs mental health if you're offering physical health, right? So what I've come up against last year, I think, were people breaking parity laws because, say, like on their website, they would say they'd take this insurance or whatever, and then when I call them or email them, they're like, no, we don't take that. And I'm like, but it says that on your website that you do. That's why I called you. You are on a database for this insurance. That's why I called you, you know? And so this last year, and this is why it's important for so many people, people think, like, I don't want to get into politics. Everything's political, y'all. Everything. Everything's political. So Georgia finally, I guess, started reinforcing the parity laws and started fining some of these companies and practices so that people with mental health needs are getting taken care of. So now I'm hoping, now it probably scared some folks now, so I could probably make some calls now and see, hey, do you take this insurance for me and my brother to get care? Because even at the very least, we could do family counseling at the very least, right? Even I can make that happen on my insurance, not just his. But it would be nice if it was on his, because it's mostly for him to learn how to deal with his condition, or even get an occupational therapist or something, because sometimes he has a hard time um, gripping. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a side effect of the medication, but he has a hard time gripping things. So sometimes he won't ask me for help, but I can tell he needs the help. Right. Um, so yeah, so that's where we are right now. Yeah. But I will say, definitely this summer there's a lot of conventions happening. NAMBI is having one. That's the National Association for Mental Illness Association. So they're having one here in Atlanta. I need to go ahead and look into that. It is in June, I believe, and I definitely want to go. I need to know everything I can do to help my brother get my brother everything that he needs, his care for everything he needs. Okay, so it is like that. Um, but yeah, and I can't think of anything else. Yeah, I need summer job. I would love to have a house cleaner because that's the other thing. But he's, like I said, he is actually trying to organize his clothes as I was leaving, and that's kind of new. I was like, okay, I got got something from him over there. Um, mm-hmm. Yep, indeed. So yeah, so that's where we are. And what else am I gonna do this week? I could probably do some more renovations in on my kitchen now, and um, upgrade some things on the other end of, like, as a creative. I've been looking into that, where I want to make a zine, and I want to get ready for the summer, and I might be playing some farmers markets and things like that. So that will be fun. I'm ready for a nice, easy breezy, hopefully summer. Who's to say what this war is going to bring us? So I'm also stockpiling. See, with all of that, I'm also prepping, stockpiling some food. That's the other reason why I need to get my kitchen together. Because, yeah, even though I just bought a bunch of food this weekend, my brother had almost half half of what I bought out on the countertop when I just came back over there. And I'm like, can you can you not? Now I see why all the food disappears by Tuesday, because he's eating it all. Yeah, he's eating it all. So I'm gonna go. I'll be getting up tomorrow. I did get some cauliflower for myself. Cabbage. I'm gonna look into, there's like, not coleslaw, but these other, like, cold salads, spicy salads, like chow chow. I've made chow chow before, but I want to make a nice kind of crispy, crunchy, kind of soury, like kind of salad. And I got a bunch of cabbage. And then I do have cauliflower, but I can freeze the cauliflower. So I'm going to be looking into that. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yep. And I did mention to him that I do have a bike. I just haven't assembled it. Somebody stole my bike. Well, see, it was old. So my bike from college, I had even here when I moved here, and I started riding it when I first moved to Atlanta. And this is long, long, long before now they have bike lanes and stuff. And since I rode it, I think I tried to ride my bike once or twice in the city. I was like, oh no, these people are crazy out here. They'll run you over. So I stopped riding my bike in Atlanta, in the city. And since living here for almost 20 years now, 20-ish years, and I've known at least 3, 4 people who have been in bike accidents where people have run them down. Okay, like seriously, one person passed. You know, yeah, yeah. I had a bike, but eventually I left it out in my front, like off my front porch right here. It was already old. I was already looking shopping for a new bike anyway. But one day it just wasn't there anymore, so I was like, yeah, somebody got it. But it's only one owner. That was me. So it was a good bike. So good for them that they got it and did something, I hope, useful with it. But I do have a bike. I just haven't assembled it. I kind of want to motorize it, kind of thing. So there's that too. I could be doing that over this summer, assembling my bike. I don't want to pay anybody to do it. I can do it myself. I can assemble my bike and maybe put a little motor on it. Maybe if I ooh, are there solar panel bikes out there? Hmm. Maybe I can get engineering. See, Magneticus, if you can invent a solar motored bike, electric. Oh yeah, electric. Yeah, or a solar motored bike, uh, mechanical bike. Oh my gosh, that would be the invention of a lifetime. Just saying. Um. So yeah, that's where it is. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like okay. I think I'm like a mile away from the apartment anyway, so it's like I can ride a bike. It takes maybe 45 minutes walking. I've done it once or twice, and it's hot. I don't like the fact that it's hot. Like I could do it. It's just hot. And you cross over a state highway, and it's like I'm not trying to do that. But I can ride a bike across it. I can at least go down to the belt line. Like the belt line is probably maybe half a mile this way, and then I could take the belt line over to the apartment. So yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, at least electric bike. So maybe solar charging. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. It is what almost 7 o'clock over here now, and I've been. It was so funny. I think right now the Artemis 2 is swinging around the moon right now. I've been looking at the live footage, and I like the people who are into conspiracies and stuff like that. They can't show us the live, right? It can only show us like delayed. Because what if they do see something? They're not gonna show us. Okay. Yes. Very good. So yeah. So I'm gonna see what they're showing us. Because again, seriously, if something is really on that moon or something weird is gonna go down, they're not gonna show us any live footage. It's delayed, all that kind of stuff. But it's nice to see what they are willing to show us. NASA. Okay. All right. Listen, I was freaking out too, but that I guess that's my clickbait. But no, seriously, as I was loading up my car, I had to take 2 trips today from the apartment to my car. The ambulance drove by, and I was like, did he call 911 while I was gone upstairs? So I was freaking out too, quite honestly. and I stayed up there a little longer just to make sure that he didn't call them. And even now, if he goes and takes a walk in probably another 30 minutes or so, or unless he's just really stuck on um, doing something, once he gets fixated on something and he's kind of not thinking about it anymore. So I gave him enough things up there to distract him for right now. So he has a bunch of food. I bought him a burger and fries. Let's see, what else did I get him? Got him some more notebook paper that he wanted. A bunch of other groceries. He's got the strawberry banana stuff, like, but he still might want to go take a walk. Okay. Yeah. But I hope he doesn't see the ambulance. Looks like they live there now, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. That still could be a problem. Yeah. Okay. All right. I definitely am gonna go now. I gotta unload this. See, that's the thing. It's like even though I spend 2 or 3 nights over there, I don't. And this is TMI. I don't use too many of his bathroom facilities because he's gross and he's a boy. I need to take my own shower in my own shower. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. I'll just let you know what I'm doing. I want to make a wellness scene. That's what I want to do this summer and have like tea experiences. I drink lots of lovely tea. I have him on tea now, and it's been working amazingly well. So I will see you all later. Yes, he is doing pretty okay. I'm glad. I'm proud. Sigh of relief, and I only want him to get better and better and better and better. Okay. All right. Like I said, like, subscribe, and yeah, we can heal from mental illness. All of us. Okay. Bye. If I can hit the square right. I need a